Yo, what's up, man? We're back
Yes,
at you
sir.
again. The Big Mouth Media Podcast. You know what we do on Thumping Thursdays, man. We bring you the best entertainment news, media from across the globe. Your boy, King Jacob, and I have a special guest, West Side representative, Cali representative, Sacktown stand up and just
You
want to
already
tell
know.
y'all I got Trey Mack coming soon too. So, um, you know, so Um, I'm gonna go ahead and let you introduce yourself to the people, man, so you can make a formal introduction. Let them know who
Okay.
you are, where you're from, and what you represent.
Okay. My name is Cool Code. I'm from Sacramento. I'm an event host. I promote parties. I got a clothing line event. I throw pop-up events for small black businesses. I do a lot of things for my city. Just trying to keep everything copacetic and keep everything, thriving out here. So I try to keep myself in multiple lanes. I PR with music. I manage with music. Basically a
Okay.
lot of things, yeah.
Okay, my man, that's what I'm talking about. So before we get into the bulk of, you know, um, Cool Code, let's talk about you being from Cali
Hmm.
and your HBCU experience
Yes,
down in
sir.
down in Alabama A&M. So the culture was different for you coming from Cali. So tell us about that experience.
Man, it was real crazy, man. Because like when I went to go to Alabama, I've never been out of California in my life, so it was really like a culture shock. Like when I went out there, like everybody talked different. You know what I mean? Everybody moved different. Like it was just one example. Like when I was walking around campus, like people would just always say what's up to me. You know what I mean? And me being from Cali, like being like snobby, I'm like, the hell, like, why you talking to me? Like you don't know me, but it's like they really care, and it really like built me into a man to really like, you know what I mean, be more of a people person, because they really will ask you every day, what's going on, how you doing, you know what I mean, and that's cool. Some people need to hear that shit sometimes.
Right,
'Cause a lot
right,
of
right.
people don't be caring.
And so, upon going there, man, what was your major?
It was business management.
Business management. And so,
Yes, sir.
how did that influence you to be this dope entrepreneur that you are now, man? Because you
um
do a lot, man, and you hit the ground running. So, how did that having that business sense and understanding the administrative part of business help you branch yourself to the next level?
Basically I really learned a lot on the go. It was more like just building relationships with dope people around me. You know what I mean? That had those type of minds and stuff like that. I wouldn't really say too much about the school because I felt like they was teaching me stuff that I really didn't like need in a sense, because it's really common sense and street smarts on how you can do it and teaching yourself. You know what I mean? Like like hands on. You know what I mean? Knowing mistakes that you make, you know what I mean, and building off them, you know what I mean, and never messing up and burning bridges, because a lot of people will support you if you support them back. So
Right,
I just
right.
feel like
So,
it's more about being in the field, you know what I mean.
right, right. So, but understanding the logistics of the paperwork, because in business, man, there's a lot of NDAs. There's a
Hmm.
lot of paperwork, especially in PR, bro. There's a
Yeah,
whole bunch of paperwork. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So from the from the artist PR contract to the non-disclosure agreement, from
yeah,
the from the from the PR club manager contract, from the PR to the sound man contract. So
right.
how did understanding the administrative part of that paperwork, really help you navigate out here in society?
Just basically getting me ready for whatever that comes at me. You know what I mean? Just making sure I have everything jotted down and everything lined up correctly. You just always got to have your paperwork right when you come to stuff like this, because you're dealing with a lot of other people's, you know what I mean, goals and what they want to do. So it's a lot on your shoulders. So you just got to make sure you're running the tight ship and having everything on point. That's what they taught me. Like basically just making sure all the stuff that you need is lined up.
Right, right. So upon that, and when you was at Alabama A&M, and shout out to all the HBCUs,
Yes, sir. Shout out.
did you become a party promoter at school as well?
No, that's the crazy part. Like it was really not even like all this stuff that I'm doing now was never really planned, honestly. Like I literally like when I came back from Alabama to Sacramento, like I wasn't thinking about party plan. I was really thinking about starting a clothing line, but it just flourished to happen just like organically because it was kind of weird. It was like I came back and I didn't really know nobody because I've been gone for so long. So it was like I was building from the ground up. So I would just go out and just have fun. And like the days of me going out having fun, like having a blast, like a lot of people would just like hit me up, like, where you going? Where you going tonight? Where you going tonight? Not me even being a promoter, just a guy being out. You know what I mean? So it was just times like would pass, and then like some of the promoters that were promoting the clubs would hit me up and ask me like, hey, you want to get a free booth if you bring this many amount of people? And me, I'm like, what? You feel me? Because we're already paying to get in and stuff like that. So I would just get all those people and get in, and they just took a liking to what I was doing consistently, and then ended up asking me one time, like it was random, like my birthday was coming up, and they was like, hey, can we pay you to throw your birthday party here? And I'm thinking to myself, like, what? Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, I don't even understand that. Like, and it just ever since then, I've been getting paid, like, since that day. And it's just
So
more like,
upon them asking you that, right?
mm-hmm.
So did you go in a promotion type mode to get people to come to your
Nah, I
birthday
didn't even
thing?
know. I was just doing what I was doing. Like, I was just, people would hit me up and I just tell them where I was at. And I guess that was promoting. And then they ended up putting me in that position. Like, I was just doing everything organically, like, and it ended up being those type of jobs. Like, I don't know. Like, it's kind of
Mhm.
weird. So it was
So
like I was out all the time, and people want to know where I was at. So it was
right,
like they would come because I was there, even though I wasn't getting paid to be there. I was just there, always having a good time, and people like being around there.
right. So you were just moving and grooving the way you move,
Yeah,
and groove, and just people be like, man, where you at? Okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay,
Basically,
okay.
like just off having a good time, off vibes. That's it. Like
Right, okay.
that's
So
literally what it's off of, energy.
word, word. So upon you getting it together and you really throwing your very first, you know, cool kid promotions, or your very first party that you throw that you really
Uh huh.
promoted and you put the flyers and stuff out. Like, how was that process for you? And
Dog, I didn't know about none of that, man. It was a process, and it was just like learning new ways to get people out, just not off the internet. Word of mouth does work better because a lot of people like growing more in the promotion world. Like I'll see people and I'll be like, hey, why didn't you come to my party? They'll be like, you didn't tell me about it. I'm like, I posted it on Instagram. They'll be like, but you didn't tell me. So it's like a lot of people like personal invites. They like, like how we used to do it back in the day, like the old school way. You know what I mean? They want to be invited. They don't want to just see something on the internet, and you know what I mean? So I just learned that in the sense of getting people there, but it was real hard. Like I had a venue that wasn't even in Sacramento. It was like 30 minutes away from Sacramento. So I was like in a handicap type of position. You know what I mean? I had a Thursday. Like they would have to drive past downtown Sac to even come to my event. So it was like it was days like it was nobody in there. You feel me? So it was just like just built up. Like kept thriving, kept going out, passing out flyers. You know what I mean? It just learns like you really learn the hard work behind it instead of like people just showing up. Like they're not just gonna show up for you every time, bro. Like you got to give them initiative to come,
right,
or
right, right, right.
you'll be sitting there like, damn, why did none of my people come? You know what I mean? Because it's like you have to give them a reason to get up out their bed and come pay to come to your event. Like that's the mindset you have to have. Make them get out of their bed to come to drive, waste their gas or use their gas to pay to come have a good time with you. Like I learned that, and that's why I keep everything positive. I try to motivate people and I support people for that because I know that shit means a lot to me. Motherfucker to come and support me.
Right, right, right. And so it's funny you say that, man. I have a partner by the name of International, and it was this guy that was just coming out by the name of YC
Mm-hmm.
back in the day. And the day YC came out to a party that my man promoted, it's the same day his video aired on BET.
Oh,
And so
nice.
and so what we was doing, 2 weeks in advance, like while everybody else in the club getting drunk up and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
we would tag everybody cars with flyers on their windshield wipers.
That's the
And
only
bro,
way you gonna get the word out.
Yeah,
You can't
yeah.
reach
And
all them on
so,
the internet.
right. And so upon that, man, I think the space hold about 500 people. It was about 1,250 people in there, bro.
Yes,
Like
sir.
just swamp, man. And so, people think because we have the digital era that we don't need the analog era.
No, you
You got,
do. That you do, and
yeah,
that's why they miss out on that. And that's I had to learn that because like I'm thinking I'm me, and people just gonna show up for me. You know what I mean? And it's
right.
like, nah, bruh. Like, give me some type of initiative, and they feel more appreciated when you invite them yourself. You know what I mean? You're not just putting it on the internet and just like for everybody to see. Like, come whoever. Like you telling them like, yeah, I want you to be there. They want to hear that.
And then guys don't even understand, man. Like as far as the male perspective, man. Like, bro, if you a promoter or you got something going on, man, or you got a pop up shot or you throwing a party or something, man. I know you got a sister or a cousin or a homegirl
Right.
that's a beautician or something. So like you get them to tell you that all of the hot beauty salons in that particular area, man.
And
And
what you
you
do? Go drop them
yeah,
flyers off.
drop them flyers off, talk to them while they're in the chair, you know what I mean?
Nobody
They
want to
gonna
put in
come,
that
bro.
footwork no more though,
Right. Because
because they
they
comfortable where
come,
they at,
right. Then they gonna come because you came and gave them a personal invite.
and they
You
gonna
know what I
remember
mean?
you too.
Right, right,
You're not
right.
just some random dude on the internet posting a flyer. Like I really came up here. You felt my vibe. You know what I mean. I'm not no weirdo. I want you to come out. You know what I mean.
Right.
And your people. You feel me? Like people want to hear that. Like that
And
shit
so
goes a long way, and people don't understand that.
facts. So
And they gonna come to the
upon
next one.
oh yeah, they're gonna come to all of them. They're gonna
Right.
come to all of them. And so upon you throwing your party, man, and I know that you work with artists too.
Yeah.
Like, when was your first big music showcase?
I had a showcase called the Sacramento Showcase in Sacramento that I threw, and I did it for like a few months, and I just got a lot of the local talent in Sacramento. You know what I mean, and had a couple headliners. You know what I mean. I had a couple people. I had my boy Little Darion. I've had a few people. So mainly that built me up too. You know what I mean, going in different lanes and getting different type of support from other people. You know what I mean? I just always thought like if I can bring people to a party, I can bring people anywhere if I'm gonna
Right,
be there. So I might as well just give them different type of themes to support for their
right.
own
So
city at the end of the day.
right. So upon having that artist showcase, man, what are some key factors that you had in the artist showcase that made artists really want to rock with you? Like, was it first place, second place, and third place? You had magazine owners there, you had A&Rs there. Like what are some key things you had?
Nah, it was mainly just everybody wanting to get a platform to just let everybody hear them because they're really like up and coming. So it was more like rappers that wanted they were really going because they knew I was gonna bring people, and they knew like they needed to be in front of people so people would know who they were later on in their career. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it was more like a build up thing for them. Because at that time I didn't really have no connections. I was really like young, starting to the party scene. I didn't really have connections like that. Like I just getting AR and all them connections probably like these last few years. But it was just mainly off the strength of support. Like, you know what I mean? Like they knew the headliner was gonna be good. So they would pay to, you know what I mean, sell tickets to be there, be in front of their people and their people come and support. Like I found out people come support people doing music more than they come to a party.
Right, right.
So it was
Okay.
more just like them wanting to be good for themselves, and that's the only thing that I wanted. I wanted only hardworking artists. Like you're doing it for you. Like don't do it because this person's in the crowd, this person's in the crowd. Like do it because you really want it. You know what I mean? That's the only way that's gonna get you far.
No doubt. What up, CC? Thanks for tapping in with us, man. Thanks for tapping in. Appreciate that. And so, upon doing these artist showcase, man. So, when did you notice that artists took interest in you, as far as wanting you to manage their careers?
They just seen how I work. Like I know a lot of people around in Sacramento, and I know like DJs and stuff like that. Like and I host, so I can put my hands on a lot of stuff. Like I can get their music played. Like they know that. So it's more like they just know I work hard, and I work hard for them.
Hmm.
because as I'm doing it, I'm really learning, and it's like I'm not even, like I said, it's more organic. Like with the the party thing, like I was just really thinking my boy's music's dope, and I'm just playing it around people. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he clean. Like, oh, letting the DJ say, like, oh, he clean. You know what I mean? And they just gradually, you know what I mean? They're like, you're doing manager type of things. I'm like, nah, I thought I was just putting my friend on. You know what I mean? So it was more like a learning process in a sense. Like a
Most
lot of
definitely
this shit.
manager type of things. Most definitely manager
Yeah, and
type
it's
of
like I
things,
wasn't even like, because the thing is like what I'm doing is just like, oh yeah, my boy's dope. Listen, you know what I mean? Like he clean, huh? But it's like I really think he's clean. Like my boy Chazzy, my boy Goldie, like I play all their music like around people, and they be like, oh, like because they don't really know him because they're up and coming too. So it's like I just be trying to let people hear because I was like, I know music and I know good music. So it's like a
Right.
lot of people don't get heard because of the Instagrams and everybody's attention spans really like, you know what I mean? So I just try to put a little umph into it and let it get heard.
Okay. Okay. And so, upon learning that you had that set to represent somebody or that manager skill set, how long did it take you to understand the paperwork of the music business?
Whew, I'm still learning. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm still learning. It's
Right.
really like a never ending thing. Like in the
Right.
sense of like the features and how the money's broken down, how the royalties, like it gets deep. You know what I mean? So I'm still learning. I'm still learning.
So with that being said, the artists that you rock with, are y'all learning the business together? Are you grooming them so they can be successful entrepreneurs in the music business as well?
Yeah, well, basically, I have a couple people that I look up to that manage like big artists out here. So I have people I could, you know what I mean. Like I've done, you know what I mean. I think like if I think my boy's dope, I'll send it to him. You know what I mean. I have a lot of connections in like different ways with different people, like rappers, managers, and stuff like that. So I always have somebody backing me. Like if something's weak, he gonna tell me it's weak. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. And I always tell my artists, it's like try to be in as many lanes as you can. You know what I mean, to sell yourself. You know what I mean? So it's more like, yeah, get merch. Yeah, do shows. Do your own shows. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Get paid. Throw your own. You know what I mean? So it's more like motivating them to not need a label, to make sure they work hard on themselves so they don't got to depend on that later on. You know what I mean? Because being independent is way better than anything.
Right,
Because
right,
that
right.
way, that's just like being your own business owner. You know what I mean? Everybody's hands is not in your hard work, basically. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Right, right, right. And so, upon that, I know you came across some videographers and some independent film directors. So, upon working with these artists, man, how do you connect with the film directors and the videographers to really submit their music, submit your artist music to them, and if it's somebody they will potentially want to work with, how's that relationship for you with the videographers and the film directors?
Oh, it's really good. Actually, a lot of videographers are like my boys that I grew up with for a long, long time. So it's like they're really always down to do favors, and I'm never asking for free favors. You know what I mean? I'm always gonna pay them what they're worth and stuff like that. So the relationship's always been good. You know what I mean? When I need them, they gonna come. You know what I mean? I don't have too many because I like a certain look, and it's just like I deal with a certain amount of people because I know like I want to grow with the person that's doing these things for me so they can capture like the stuff that we like. We don't got to keep correcting them. We don't got to show them this. We don't got to show them that. So we've been sticking with the same people for a while now.
Okay, okay. So are you dealing with any dope singers as well?
Yeah. My boy Chazzy. He just dropped the album. He's like a sing. He can sing really good. He's a rapper. Like he's really good. Like he just dropped the album. The album's dope. It's called Don't Try, Let It Be. I'll make sure I
Uh,
go check that out on Apple Music. He's really dope. Like everybody should take a listen. And I really like him because he's old school. Like he dropped the album. Everybody's dropping EPs. He dropped the album with like, I think it's like 15, 16 songs.
mhm.
Crazy. And they're a mix of
Okay.
everything. Like he sings, he got that real like gospel voice, like, and he
Mm,
raps too. So he mixes it together and it's like it's crazy.
right,
He's
right. So
really
so
good.
so are you working with him as an artist manager, or are y'all just
Yeah. We're getting to that. Yeah, I manage him right now. In a sense of right now, we're not doing too much because he's just now like jumping on everything. So we're moving everything slow. Cause I PR for another guy, so I just took up on this job. So it's more like I'm grooming him to let him know like what sound he needs to use that's gonna make him like boom. You know what I mean? It's not like we're on paperwork in a sense, but I do for him because I believe in him basically, and I really don't want nothing from him. You know what I mean? Or really like any of the people that I help, because I honestly don't look at it as managing or nothing like that. I just feel like because the people that I work with is like the people I grew up with and who I feel is tight. You know what I mean? These are not people that I don't know and people are just hitting me up. You know what I mean? That'll be a whole different avenue, but it's more like I'm supporting them with all my connections, like with my platform, basically.
Right, but in the business world of music, you know how people look from the outside looking in. They was like, that's definitely his manager, or that's definitely his PR, or so so that business guy. Even though your boys, you got to really sit them down and understand this, man. Like we boys, but from the outside world looking in, man, I have to represent you like I'm your manager.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
I always do.
Right.
Do. Like it's even on like my Instagram bio. I always do. Like everybody knows. You know what I mean? Like it's just more like for the outside looking in. That's how they're looking at it, and like we perceive it like that. But it's like we know, like we bros. I don't want them from you. You know what I mean? But outside looking in, yeah, for sure. Everybody knows that I'm his manager for sure.
Right. And so with that being said, man, let's talk about like being a manager of a musician or artist is one thing, but being a PR for a musician or artist is a whole different thing.
Man, that's so much work.
So let's talk about the levels of public relations.
It's just basically like sending out the music, sending it out to blogs. You know what I mean? Basically like what you guys did with your flyers, like just flooding shit in every platform, the internet, you know what I mean? Anywhere, Twitters, anywhere where people is, basically. Like there's just levels, like it's just really how bad you want it, like how much footwork you really gonna put in. Because ain't nobody gonna listen to something unless you really put forth the effort and be consistent with it. Like you literally gotta beat people's head with music, you know what I mean? Because it's like when I listened to Travis Scott before, I didn't like him, but he started to grow on me because I heard him so much. You know what I mean? It's just like that. Like keep sending it out. Like one of these gonna hit. You know what I mean? Like somebody's gonna like it. You know what I mean? So it's more like putting out ads, paying for ads. You know what I mean? YouTube channels, getting like reaction videos, TikToks, like everything. Like it's just basically using every avenue to promote.
Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right. And so
every level up.
And so, but y'all got a lot of West Coast legends over there, man. And,
yes, sir.
And so, I tell people look at me like, man, who you listen to the West Coast from the West Coast? And they be like, I be like, well, man, I mean, if you want to know who I still listen to this day, like I listen to that Company's Most Wanted album to this day.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Classic.
Yeah, I listen to that to this day. I listen to a lot of Sugar Free. I listen to a lot of Mr. Fab.
I get so surprised when I hear people all the way from down there that be hearing California music. That should be crazy to me.
Yeah, man. Yo, I mean, I've been listening to E40 for over 25 years.
Yes, sir.
You
must be big on music. You must listen to all the time. Okay.
Yeah, I've been in the music industry since about 1997.
Okay, that makes sense. Because the artists you saying ain't mainstream artists like that. They is, but they not. You ain't saying you Snoop Dogg's, like you saying like the guys. That's what's up.
Yeah. I like a lot of the underground, man, and so I had a chance to meet Rise Cass a long time ago, bro.
Okay.
Because he used to come to the Carolinas a lot. You know what I mean? And so had a chance to meet him. Had a chance to meet MC8. I had a chance to meet Dub C, Mac 10.
Oh man,
yeah,
you met some legends.
Yeah, man. So Dub C, Mac 10 used to be on the East Coast all the time. Back in the day, they was on tour with Nori. They was a part of the What Noriega tour.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, man. So it's a lot of West Coast love in the South, man. A whole lot.
That's what's up.
A whole lot, man. And one of my favorite group of all time is always gonna be Cypress Hill. Like real talk. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So
Legends.
yeah, man. Of course, man. So with that PR, man, with that publicity, man, like, how do you normally cover your events? Like
Basically,
when somebody hire you to cover an event, man, what all does that entail for you?
like I just light up everything, like in a sense, like I go out, give out flyers, you know what I mean, hit everybody up individually on my Instagram, asking them to come. Like I don't even really like ask them. I hit them up like, you coming, right? You coming to my party, right? Like I give them an initiative to tell me yes. Like
Right.
it just gets real detailed. Like so it's like if they're giving me a job, I gotta perform. You know what I mean? I wouldn't get to where I am today if I didn't. You know what I mean? So I just put the ball in people's court. It's like, who wouldn't want to come party with me? You know what I mean?
Are you familiar with LaShawn Turner out in LA?
Nah, who's that?
I'm gonna definitely connect you, bro. She worked for the CBS morning show out in LA. She's a big publicist out there in LA.
Okay.
I definitely plug you in. And then you definitely need to plug with DJ Goonie out there in LA too, man.
Yeah, man, plug
Yeah,
me in. I
yeah,
definitely need
man.
to make some connections out there too.
Yeah, man. So, and upon doing the PR, man. So let's 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 talk about how you developed yourself to become a household name.
Okay.
Once you got back from college and you got back in the city, how long did it take for you to develop to become a household name? Be like, bro, did you see the party though, man? Like,
Yeah.
bro, can we kind of do a party with you, bro, and we can
Yeah.
have an art performance there, and so like,
Yeah.
how did cats really get to understand who you were?
Well, basically, like I said, like I got in a dude took a chance on me, like just hearing like who I was. And like I said, I had that venue out there in like it was like 30 minutes from Sacramento. So I was just building on that basically, like, and gradually like being consistent, going out, passing out flyers, like it started getting booming, like crazy booming. Like and then like at that point in time, like downtown Sacramento wasn't really messing with me because they didn't know who I was, you know what I mean? So I just always thought, my mom always told me like, if you gonna build something, build it on your own before before you try to go do something with somebody else. So you don't go in owing them like they want you. You feel me? So it was more like I was just throwing parties and they was getting like real dope. And it's like even with me throwing parties, like I didn't really know how to host yet. So I used to host my own parties. So I used to just be with the microphone, like really like teaching myself how to host. And that's how I started hosting. You know what I mean? And it just added to the party because a lot of people didn't have hosts and just it was just a vibe, dog. Like it was weird. Like people really came to support. And then
And,
like
then-
the
and
people just start hearing about it, start hearing about me, and then like the downtown people start tapping in, you know what I mean? And then they start hitting me to promote for the downtown clubs. You know what I mean? Like it was just a lot of hard
oh,
work basically.
that's dope. That's dope. So upon you growing your household name, I see you get invited to a lot of interviews, huh?
Yeah.
So tell me about that process when the podcasters and the radio station be like, yo, yeah, I want you to come on for an interview. I want to chop it up with you about your journey, man. So how long has it been, and how long has that process been started?
Um Basically it's been kind of recently because I've been doing a lot of big things recently. Probably like my first interview is probably like last year, but it's more like because the way that I built who I was up, like kind of like by myself, in a sense of like not talking about it and actually doing it. You know what I mean? People
Right.
respected that, and people respected that. So it was like they wanted to know how I did it. Like, and it's literally crazy because it's real organic. Like they'd be like, "How'd you become a host? How'd you become a promoter?" And I honestly be like, you know what I mean? I couldn't tell you, but it's more like I just tell them all I did was really support people. So it's like a lot
Right.
of people need to hear that. You know what I mean? Because they see the success that I have, and it's real simple how to get it. So a lot of people want to interview me and ask me like, "Oh, how did you get to host this music festival? How did you get up there? How do you know this person?" You know what I mean? They want to know because of what I do. Like I'm just in a whole bunch of different fields, so it's just like everybody wants to hear about it
Yeah,
lately.
they got the cannabis festival coming up out there in LA. That's gonna be hosted by my man OG Suicide. That's another one I
Okay.
plug you with.
Yeah, I definitely need to go to a
So,
cannabis fucking event.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
due.
They got that coming up. It's gonna be huge, man. It's gonna
I'm
be real
due for one
huge,
of
man.
them.
Yeah. So and
But
then
I really like the podcast though, because I feel like a lot of things that I say is not really like, I don't really put it on the internet, and I don't really get my, like, because like I said, this is recent. I'm just starting to get on podcasts. It's like now that everybody's hearing my story and see how it works, I really hope that they use it, because it really works. Like, it really works. Because the last interview I had, I got a lot of good feedback from the last little podcast I had. And I was just telling people, like, just support who supports you, and they're gonna genuinely support you back. Like, it means a lot to people. You feel me? That's literally how I ended up being who I was. Like, people come to my party, I'll come to their party. Like, they'll invite me to their birthday. They might think I'm not gonna show up. I'll pop up. They'll be surprised. Like, oh, you took time to really, you know what I mean? Yeah, I fuck with you. You know what I mean? And they're gonna remember that forever. You know what I mean? You buy somebody from somebody's brand. You know what I mean? They're gonna remember that shit forever. Like, you spending money with me before buying Nike. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Like, that shit means a lot. Like, and it don't cost much. Like, posting people on the internet is free. Liking is free. Like, people gonna respect that, and they gonna support you back. It's just, that's literally what I did, and just stayed humble and stayed positive. You know what I mean? And a lot of people fuck with that. They fuck with that type of energy. And I motivate other people to do other shit. Like, tell all my peers, like, you could do this. You know what I mean? And they end up doing it, because I tell them, like, this is all you got to do. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people have that issue of not believing in themselves and thinking they need to do this, this, and this to start something simple. It's like, no, start that, and then figure this, and this out while you're doing it, so you can stay consistent. You know what I mean? People can know your name. Like, even with music, you know what I mean? Like, I never understand why artists be holding music. It's like, bro, drop that shit.
Yeah, drop it, man. Drop it.
drop that shit. Like,
drop it. Yeah. So, and then, man, another thing, man, about you, man. So, with you having an impact, you know, becoming a promoter, music manager, you know, PR manager, you know, how has that kind of impacted other people that you may grow up with, or maybe you went to college with, or, you know, have you had a chance to go back and do any parties or any shows back in Alabama of some people that you may reconnect with in
I
college?
want to go so bad. I have not, but I do like a lot of I do a lot of kid events with like my high school and like other little events like that, like celebrity basketball games and stuff like that. But nah, I haven't went back, man. I want to go so bad. But I don't think if I do go back there, I don't think they gonna be like, oh my God, cool code or nothing like that. So I feel like I'll just be a regular person, but I definitely want to go back and party for sure.
Especially, man, going back for the homecoming and throwing your own party
I always miss
the
it.
homecoming. Yeah, man. So
that's a whole different vibe. People don't even know about that out here.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, let me talk about the tailgating. Like,
yeah, oh man.
Yeah, but I used to get fed so much out there. Hey, you hungry? Hey, you hungry? You hungry? Like, I don't even know these people and they trying to feed me. I'm like, I love it here.
Oh yeah, that's the South, bro. That's the South.
Yeah, and that's what I said. Southern hospitality is really real. Like, I always tell people, like, I feel like I grew up in California, but the South turned me to a man. Like, it made me like value smaller things that you don't really need. You know what I mean? And I feel like that helped me and impact me in my journey too. You know what I mean? Like, being able to take from here and bringing it back to California. You know what I mean?
That's dope, man. That's real dope.
Yeah, because I really loved it out there. Like, I really learned a lot, like, about myself too.
Right.
You don't need all that glitz and glamour. It's just all about that hard work.
Right.
Putting your feet on that pavement. You learn that out there in the South, bro. I tell my friends all the time, like, I went to Atlanta one time, and it's like, you can start on one street in Atlanta butt naked, and you'll be fully dressed by the time you hit the end of the street, because everybody's selling everything.
Yeah.
We don't even got that mindset out here.
Hmm.
We don't. Like, we ain't gonna be up the street. Everybody gonna be on their phone in their car. They're not gonna hit the pavement. You feel me? And I learned that out there. Like, it's all hard work.
Oh yeah, always determination, man.
It's all hard work out there. It's like, and they don't have many distractions. So all they do is whatever they got their mind on. You feel me? Like,
yeah, the grind real.
Yeah.
And so upon that, man, I think, you know, with you attending Alabama A&M, man, it'll be a dope thing if you can take a couple artists from Sacramento out there and have them perform at the
Yeah, that would
homecoming.
be dope as hell. They would, my people out here in Sacramento would love that.
Yeah, yeah,
They would
it'll
love
be a
that.
new experience for them, a way new experience.
Bro, that shit was a culture shock for me, dog. I ain't gonna lie. It was crazy. But I definitely loved it though. They loved me too,
Yeah.
man. Being from Cali, it was hella funny. Cause they always be like, you know any movie stars? You know any like and it's hella funny because they ain't never been. They just know that, you know what I mean, what they see on TV and shit like that. So that should be hella funny. Because I'm
Right,
not
right,
used
right.
to it. And they be like, what does hella mean? Like, what do these words mean? Like, why do you have an accent? I'm like, I have an accent? Like, what? Like, it was just a whole other experience that a lot of people really haven't experienced. So it was dope. It was
Right,
real
right,
dope.
right, right, right.
It's
So
like
let's
just meeting
talk
people from
about
different places.
right. A lot of people from different places,
Yeah.
all damn near all over the country. So,
Yeah. The
uh,
college, yeah, it was dope.
yeah. So let's talk about that cool cold clothing, man, and how that got started, and man, how you was able to really brand it and market it on a whole different level.
Honestly, like, I came up with the name because, like, I just felt like everybody has their own code of being cool. Like, I felt like it was more like a self-empowerment type of thing. So I feel like however you feel that you're cool, that's your code. Nobody's gonna unlock that but you. You know what I mean? So it was
Hmm.
more like in a sense of like you being you. That's why a lot of my sweaters be bright. You know what I mean? It's like some standout, you know what I mean? Some standout stuff. You know what I mean? And a lot of people just got caught onto it, and then people start calling me it. So it was just weird. So it was like a double whammy. Like people would just be like, they knew my brand, and they'll just see me out like Cool Code, Cool Code. Like that's how the name came. You know what I mean? Like people didn't even want to know my real name. They was just like Cool Code, Cool Code. So it was just like that helped it more too. You know
Right.
what I
So when
mean?
did you launch it?
Probably like 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 So you have stuff for everybody. You know, the
Yep.
kids, the adults.
Yep. Everybody. Website, everything. And I make
Okay.
it myself. I got my own like heat press, screen printer. I do it all myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you basically get any size.
Yeah. Anything I want. I got wholesale. I got vendors. I got a place that I go to in LA. Get all the stuff, ski masks, you know what I mean? Masks, like whatever I need for the
Okay.
low.
Okay. Okay. That's what's up.
And
Shout
it's
out to you.
cheaper that way.
All right. You got Miss Gina tuning in. Said she loved the bright colors.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I got the black with the yellow. You can't really see the yellow because I blended it in there, you know what I mean? I made this myself by the way too. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Okay. 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 So man, upon you making the clothes, man. So, um, how many models and stuff have you worked with as far as
Man.
doing photo shoot for your clothes and stuff like that?
Man, a lot, dog. And it's hella funny because it's always my friends. And it's like I always ask my friends to do it, and they're always like, man, I don't know how to model. Man, I don't know how to model. I was like, well, you gonna model today. You know what I mean? Like we gonna put this on your resume. Now you a model. You know what I mean? Like all you
Right,
gotta
right,
do
right,
is sit
right,
here and pose. You know what I mean? Post them on your
right,
Instagram. You can put that in your bio now. You know what I mean?
right,
So it's more
right.
like I try to use my people around me to motivate them to do other things with themselves. So I put the ball in their court. So I make them model.
Okay, okay, okay. That's dope. That's dope.
But I work
So,
with a lot. It's been a lot of people I went to school with and stuff like that though.
okay, okay. So, upon you having the clothing line and you doing pop up shops. So,
Hmm.
what is the experience from the pop up shops
Oh
and
my
and
goodness, dog.
and
That's
and
it's a
and, and how do people receive the brand?
it's real different because like when you do pop up events, like you're doing events for people to sell, you know what I mean? They merch and stuff like that. So you get a whole different type of feedback. Like people love that. Like you're putting them on your platform for them to sell things to people that know you, basically. You know what I mean? Because it was just called the Cool Code Pop Up. You know what I mean? They were trusting me to bring dope people to see them. You know what I mean? And see their products and stuff like that. So I feel like it was like a trust thing, and I just felt like I wouldn't let them down. So it was more like it was deeper than a party to me. You know what I mean? I much rather have somebody come up to me at the end of an event like, yeah, man, I made a lot of money. Man, my brand is going good. You know what I mean? I was just trying to help people build their brands and stuff like that versus like throwing parties. It's like, oh my God, I was so turned last night. And it's like, okay, like, you know what I mean? I like more the pop-up stuff because it's more like calm and it's more like inspirational and it's more like motivational, like seeing people, you know what I mean, making things like and believing in themselves to do things when you hear thousands of motherfuckers talk about the things that they can't do because they don't even try.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
All you gotta do is try. Like these motherfuckers is like going all in for their business. You know what I mean? So I just always felt like that shit was genuine and dope.
Okay. That's dope. That's dope. So upon having the pop-ups, man, the Cool Code pop-up, how many vendors would you say that you have at each pop-up?
Like 20. Yeah, it used to be crazy, dog. Like hella people. That's why it was so like motivational. Like you guys really trust me. And all of them always would tell me like I made so much money. Like it was great. And then I would have like performers too. Like I added a little twist to it. You know what I mean? You know, I'm a host too. So it's like I'll be on the mic. I used to have like a comedian there. And then like it'll be like a little segment before the rappers go on. Like I'll go on and like get them hyped up. Like, you know what I mean? And then the rappers come. So it's more like an art / like turn up vibe a little bit, kind of like, you know what I mean? And people like that because it was different from like all the other like pop-ups, you know what I mean?
Right. So do you have, when you build your content, do you have the Cool Code clothing trailer like on YouTube or like IG? Like
yeah, we made a commercial. It's on my YouTube channel. I just made a commercial, and I just had a photo shoot for these hoodies that just dropped too.
Okay, cool, man. So, what's your next major event, man? Cause it sounds like, you know, Cool Code can kind of like be like a TV series, man, or a movie, man. Like real talk.
That's crazy that you say that because my people have been telling me I should vlog like my days of when I'm about to do an event or like host an event because a lot of people would probably like to see like what I do before type shit. Yeah. And it's like it's crazy because like when people see me in the party world, like I'm more like, you know what I mean? Because I feel like that's what they want. But when you see me like outside of the party world, like I'm literally not Cool Code. I just be like chilling. People be like, where's all that? Why you not like how you are? I'm like, I'm two different people when it comes to stuff like that. Like when I go to work, I go to work. Really? When I'm home, I'm trying to relax.
So do you have the Cool Code youth basketball camp?
Soon, man. My bro just got he just got a head coaching job too at one of my high school.
Who you talking about, Matt John? You talking about Matt?
How you know Matt?
I seen Matt on your page today, man.
Yeah, Matt Johnson.
I've been checking you out. Yeah, I've been checking you out.
Yeah, okay.
I've been checking you out.
Let me know something.
Cause I run I'm a part of a sports podcast on Sunday morning, and I'm gonna get Matt on there too, bro.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, man, we hella proud. Like that's the school that we all went to. You know what I mean? So it's huge, and he's the head varsity coach and stuff like that. Like, and everybody's backing him up. The community, everybody, because he was such a dope dude when he went there. So it's like it's on the verge for sure. That's probably my next endeavor, honestly, because I'm gonna be spending a lot of time over there anyway. So
yeah, that's dope. Yeah, man. So I was checking your page out and I seen him on your page. I was like, you know what, man? Like, this is dope, man. This is dope. You know, when you
Ashley went to the same high school as us too.
Excuse me. Yeah, you said Ashley went to the same high school as y'all as well?
Yeah, that's how I know her.
Okay.
And she hit me up with you. Yeah, she hit me up. Like I know her from Sacramento too. She know Matt too.
Yeah, man. You know, Ashley is both of us work for Exquisite PR firm. So she's our COO West Coast Division, and she's the media strategist. So you know,
Ashley, she doing a good job for sure.
Yeah, Ashley's hella dope, man.
Hit me up with videos every day when you about to be on, bro. She do not be playing.
Nah, she don't play.
She be on it. I respect that.
Yeah, man. So
it's good to have people like that on their team.
I said,
themselves though. Like, I said, Matt. You, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. With Matt, man, what's so interesting about Matt, man? Matt, you know, I read that he's a hooper.
Yeah.
You know, he played ball and he played he played basketball on all different levels,
Yep.
and now he's back teaching the youth and giving the youth is like it's like how a pastor would say that
I told him he should
Matt
write a
coming.
book.
Yeah, a pastor would say that a part of Matt when he coming back at his old high school, a pastor would say, "Man, well, this is a part of his divine ministry." You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Because he's going to teach the kids what he's learned.
What he's
You know,
learned, like just like when I said I went to Alabama, came
right?
back, you know what I mean, brought it back. Like he's gonna be a great coach too. The kids respect him and everything, like because they know who he is too from the history of Sac High. You know what I mean? So they gonna
Right.
come in respecting him. Like he knows the tradition, he knows the blueprint. It's like who else would you want? It's
Right,
perfect.
right. And then what's so perfect about it, man? Y'all can link them and do a lot of stuff for the youth, bro.
Yeah,
A
that's the
lot.
plan. That's literally the plan. That's why I said like I'm gonna take a break from a lot of different things because I feel like me jumping into that lane, I'm gonna have to sacrifice a couple other things. You know what I mean? That I can't really do like that. You know what I mean? Because I don't want that light. You know what I mean? So if
Right,
I
right,
go 100% here, I can't. You know what I mean? Do all
right.
this here. You know what I mean?
So
Because it's
you
a.
so you think about starting a nonprofit?
I've been thinking about it. I gotta look into it. Everybody's been telling me about it though too. Putting people on. Yep.
Okay, okay.
Definitely. That's all
So
we do around here.
okay, yeah. So man, I think like this is what I'm gonna say about kids. So you know, I stand against bullying, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you know, this right here makes me like your clothing line, cool code.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, it's like when you see a kid that's going through a bullying problem or having problems at home, like you'll step in and be a great mentor, man. You know what, man? I want you to represent one of the cool code kids. You know what I mean?
Right.
I want you to be one of my youth ambassadors, and you know, with that right there, that gives them upbeat about life, man. And so,
Yeah. Simple
like
things, dog.
yeah, like I was looking at the name earlier. I said, man, you know, that's different, man, because that represents no matter who you are,
Yes. It's
you in your
broad.
cool mode, and can't nobody
Yeah.
take
It's
that cool mode away.
broad. It's
Right,
broad. It's however you want to be. Whatever makes you feel cool. That's your code.
right,
Whatever.
right, man. You
Oh,
know,
that's your
and
daughter, Ashley. I love Ashley.
yeah, she dope for real, for real.
Yeah, I
Shout
went
out
to
to
high
you,
school
Miss
with her.
Jen, for sure. And so, man, like, what is your next, like event? So, are you ever gonna do a urban runway event?
I've been thinking about that for my clothing line. I've been really thinking about that, like throwing a
You,
fashion show.
you should,
You
and if
giving
you
me
do,
great. You giving me dope ideas right now too. I need to be writing them down.
you should definitely let Ashley coordinate that for sure. Like real talk. Like her brain is on a whole different level when it comes to business, man. Like she's so iconic for
You talking
sure.
about Ashley?
Yeah, man.
I'm already knowing.
Yeah,
I'm already
man.
knowing.
She think on a whole different level, man. And so, and then the thing about her, if you did decide to do a nonprofit, she knows all about nonprofits. You
Well, I'm
know,
definitely gonna tap in with her. What?
and being
What?
that
You got a nonprofit?
I don't, but I have been a part of different nonprofits.
Mm-hmm.
But but me actually talk about the sector of nonprofit all the time, the laws and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I know she has one, and she knows about nonprofits in depth.
Mm-hmm.
So, she knows about the grant money and everything. So,
Okay.
being that you grew up with her and y'all went to the same high school, who better to even really to rock with you on it, than her.
Nah, that's
You know what I
facts.
mean?
Those are the only people I want to connect with too. Anyways, you know what
Right,
I mean? Genuine people that I know.
right.
Somebody that
So,
I know is genuine about me.
right, for sure. So, are there any up and coming events that you have going on?
Right now, what do I have coming up? Right now, I just got podcasts lined up. Right now, really, I've been chilling. I just hosted at a club downtown, Sac last night, just on some like
Mhm.
fluke stuff because my boy hit me up like, "Oh man, I want you to host. I want you to host." So I came out and did it. Like I haven't really been trying to been out like that. Really, I haven't really like just in the house, beating the pavement, man.
Okay.
COVID, you know what I mean? Just
Right.
in the lab, right
Okay.
now, man, building on bigger things, waiting
Okay.
for the
So,
summer.
do you have any new designs that you're going to bring out for the summer?
Oh yeah, plenty.
Okay.
Jerseys, everything. The summer's that's my thing right there.
Okay. Okay.
Need
So,
everybody to check that out over there in
so
South
let me ask
Carolina.
you a question, man. What are the, in the summertime, I see a lot of just, especially in the summer, but they do it year round. But a lot of people that own brands like yourself, clothing
Mm-hmm.
lines, they make hell of money at the flea markets.
Yeah, that's where you go. That's where you go to get your blanks at.
Yeah, man. I'm just
Yeah,
talking about, be people from everywhere. And then there's going to be a lot of festivals going on this summer, and so them big vending spaces at those festivals. Yeah, man. You definitely gonna definitely hit that pavement making that money, man. That's what's up,
yeah.
man.
I'm telling you, and it's hella funny because like when I started my clothing line, like a lot of people weren't even having clothing lines. You know what I mean? Now all of a sudden
Mhm.
everybody has a clothing line in Sacramento. But it's like I don't take it as a bad thing. I just see that they see success in it, so they want to try it. So it's like that's my whole mission. Thank you. Like I want you to try to do this shit. It's not hard. Like I'll tell you what you need to do. All you gotta do is ask. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be the person that's gonna be like, no, I'm not gonna tell you where I got this. No, I'm not gonna tell you where I got this. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna help you. You know what I mean? You're never gonna be my competition. Like I don't never look at it like that. Like, and that's why people fuck with me too because I be helping motherfuckers out. Like when they
Ain't
need it,
nothing
they
wrong
call
with it.
me. Yeah, it ain't nothing wrong because I want to. Because we can't be a dope city without everybody. Like I can't just be the only dope one. Like we gotta come together as a group. Like you got to be dope over here. You got to be dope over here. We'll meet at the top. You know what I mean? Like in your lane. You know what I mean? Because I might need you for something. You know what I mean? I don't want you to be depending on me all the time, but I'll definitely give you the blueprint to see if you got the hard work to get there. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna hold your hand. Everything takes hard work. So are you gonna
Right,
do that to get where you want to go?
right. And see, man, like for real, with you really hooking up this summer, man, and like, bro, like I remember when I was growing up, they used to have some of the biggest basketball tournaments in the summer. And so
Mm-hmm.
with you having that brand, man, like bro, I feel like you can definitely have a big tournament like type like the
But I'm telling you, it's in the works. My bro was already telling me. My boy Matt was already telling me like when they get the jerseys made for the Sac High, it's gonna be like powered by Cool Code and stuff like that. So we gonna interact with all that, and we got a gym now, so we gonna be able like he's Cool Code too. You know what I mean? Like he's a part of my brain. He was there when I first started. He was there in the first photo shoot. So you know what I mean? I'm like his. I'm not gonna say I'm his only friend with a brand, but I'm saying like he's definitely going. We're gonna definitely cross network with that.
that's
Crazy.
good, that's good, that's good, that's good,
Definitely.
man.
Definitely.
So
Especially with
so
people
man,
growing up in the youth.
cool, cold. Listen,
Mm-hmm.
man, I'm gonna just
What's
say
your
this.
code? The slogan is what's your code of being cool? That's the slogan right there. What's your code of being cool, man?
I love it. I
You
love
feel
it,
me?
man. I love it, man. So I just want to thank you for coming through, man.
Appreciate it, man.
I just want you to give some shout outs and hold on now. Miss Gina said you got dresses for women.
I can get some.
So there you have it. A new client right there.
Yeah.
You,
DM me. Hit me up. We can get that
uh,
situated.
yeah. So man, I just want people to know where they can reach you at. Give them your website and all that good stuff, bro.
Okay. Shout out to the Big Mouth Podcast, first of all. I appreciate being on here. You know what I mean? I appreciate the opportunity. But you can catch me at King Cool Code 916 on the Instagram. Cool Code Clothing for the clothing on the Instagram. And then coolcode.com for the clothing online. So just tap in with me. If you need any of these services, you know what I mean? I got you. I travel too.
Okay. You got Twitter?
Yep, Twitter. Oh, my Twitter is King Cool Code.
Okay. 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 You heard it, King Cool Code.
Yeah,
He's
man.
a
Hit
good
me up.
man.
Tap in with me.
Tap in with him anytime. I want to give a shout out to Sacramento, California, Miss
Yes,
Ashley.
sir.
You know what I mean? And Sacktown. Definitely gonna see y'all soon, man. And I'm gonna say peace, blessings, and one thing I want y'all to do is stay away from COVID. We out of here.
Please stay away from COVID.
Peace.
Peace.